Hey, Sukich, how are you? How's it going? You hear me okay? Chat's acting a little weird tonight. Oh, good. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Which videos you watch? Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Where are you located, Sukich? Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, Angel had a lot of good qualities. I don't know if you gleaned it from the video, but I had talked to friends and relatives, and when she found out she was HIV positive, they said she kind of gave up. Oh, London, UK. All right. Get a lot of people from London on here. Seems like the chat's been opening up to different places lately. Yeah, and then it is. It's a tough way to live, that's for sure. It really is difficult. A lot of good people down there, though. Just lost. Yeah, they are. Yeah. It's kind of a myth that you have to be stupid to be drug addicted, but the opposite. Hey, Demi, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, just like everybody else. They got a lot of them have a lot of skills. Hey, Marie, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, doing pretty good. Just got doing a big load of laundry. Kind of rainy, damp out here, cold. Yeah. I wanted to videotape the moon tonight, but it's too cloudy. Kind of thought that might happen. You never know this time of year. Nothing like a good fall moon. Really nice. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? Yeah, it seems like a worldwide problem, that's for sure. Hey, Sarah, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, thanks, Marie. I'll be going down there this week, probably Thursday. Yeah. Oh, okay, sure will. Yep. Yeah, Ginger's a sweet girl. If you looked, there's one guy that posted that remembered her as being a waitress. Hey, Patricio, which I thought was kind of neat. She mentioned she did those kind of things. I bet she was an excellent car salesperson. Good personality. Yeah, I think there's at least if one thing's happened, it's not like a stereotypical of what people assumed drug addicts are like. I think sometimes when the media portrays them, they look like for the worst possible example. Not really, Supage. No, not really. Yeah, I'm not worried about it all. They're never going to do anything to physically to me, and they never have enough guts to come up to my face. So all they're going to do is, write, make up channels with craziness and try and post on here with fake IDs. There's nobody that can do anything to me. Oh yeah, there's a few of them actually. Yeah, they would never have enough balls to talk to me that way to my face. They just sit on their computer and make up bullshit. That's right, sir. It is. Uh, yeah, that's a good question. I've never downloaded an ebook. I'm just not into that ebook stuff. It doesn't interest me. I don't know where it's at, where it goes. Nothing. Yeah, Mickey, you got it. Hey, Gretchen, how's it going? Yeah, I guess it's just my age. I fought and screaming and kicking, trying to give up reading the paper or printed newspaper, and I finally did it. Even now, I still don't like doing it. If I'm having a good day with some extra time and it's nice out, I still buy a printed paper, which isn't any good any longer. Little thin, crappy thing. They canned all the good journalists. Bunch of stupid syndicated national columnists, just not interesting at all. The Detroit News and Detroit Free Press, you could barely carry one of those 25 years ago. I used to buy them both. And now it's nothing. And the journalism sucks. Believe it or not, the Bay City Times is the best paper that I know of. If you can believe that. I used to like get the Free Press and the Bay City Times, and then I would consider the worst paper first, which was the Bay City Times and the Free Press. Now it's the other way around. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the online version. I just don't like it the same. And like I said, even if it was a printed paper, it's still nothing like it used to be. Oh yeah, these people are crazy. Just total lunatics. Nobody will ever be able to show you any copies of anything or proof of anything. It's all bullshit and lies. But Mickey, I'm not really interested in someone coming on here and talking about what other people are saying. So if that's what you had in mind, you're not going to be around long. There's two things out there. There's one person that'll come up and make up a bunch of bullshit, and there's another person that likes spreading it around, all under the ruse of trying to act like they're helping you. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing? That just shows you the low IQ of these people. Hey, Druid, how you doing? So I think the weather's supposed to be nicer here tomorrow, so I really haven't been able to take Daisy around too much. Hey, Heidi, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, what happened is I didn't have a Gmail for a long time, and then I got one, and then YouTube started coming around, and they wanted you to have a channel name, not an email name, which kind of makes sense. So I just got done watching a documentary on LeBron James, and he calls himself the chosen one. Well, if it's spelled O-N-E, it's a religious context, and so I just like clicked in chosen, and you know how it gives you suggestions. And one is like you win a game. It has absolutely nothing to do with religion. So I said, oh, okay, I'll name myself that because I didn't really care. I mean, I never really thought I'd have anything other than a platform to store my videos that I could go back and watch later. What's your question, Kate? I didn't see it on there. When did you put it? When did you put it on there? I've been doing photography my whole life, but videos about 13 years. Oh, have you ever considered handing on information sheets? I mean, I could do that, Kate, but everybody knows about those down there. It's not whether or not they're there and whether they could go. It's whether that they can make that decision to go. I mean, from my experience, I can just envision a bunch of wadded up pieces of paper after they get their $10. There's no lack of resources down there. This isn't some mystery you have to search for, a rehab or a food bank or a place to get clothes or shelter when it's cold out. It's all readily available. Yeah, it's crazy. One big thing, hey, Spirit in the Sky, one big thing that the women complain about a lot with regard to rehab and housing and food is there's too many strings attached. They get a curfew. They don't want everybody up all night arguing. They want to cut you off from the outside world. And if you're a heroin addict, you got to get out and do some heroin. I mean, face it. If you got a place to sleep and they lock it from 9 at night till 9 in the morning, you're going to have a problem. So, I mean, when you consider the addiction, particularly with heroin, it makes sense why they don't want to take more advantage of those services. Yeah, rules. That's exactly it, Druid. Now that's what I'm finding out is the biggest difficulty, and that there's no aftercare following rehab, and it's expensive. I mean, you have to have somebody to, give you to live with, somebody to give you money to pay your rent, eat. It takes a while to get a job and get in the swing of things. And most of these women really don't qualify or have experience in anything but what would be considered low-wage jobs, which makes it even harder. It's not like they get a degree in nursing or they're an attorney or a CPA or have some kind of skill, carpenter, bookkeeper, or anything like that. So it's basically off to McDonald's or Burger King with $800 a month rent and no friends because they thought part of your rehab would be to get away from where you're from. I mean, any way you look at it, it's no big secret. Yeah, I mean, haven't really, even if you look at whatever good rehab is, if you look at the success rate of famous people, they don't do so well themselves. And if you compare them apples to apples, I don't know that expensive rehab is much different than the rehab that's paid by Medicaid. I mean, I just seen a litany of poor statistics both ways. Yeah, so if it's $200 a day, is nothing. 400 and 500 all over down there. No, I got bad news about Tassie. Yeah, a lot of relapse. Again, it's the aftercare, Even though you're a heroin addict and you've got friends that are heroin addicts, but they're still your friends. And, the old adage, misery loves company. Yeah, probably right, Kate. I think you're right about that. Oh, okay, just chilling. And how is your husband doing now? Okay. When I was living down in Chicago, I went to a nice health club there. I told you where I met all those celebrities, and Michael Jordan went there, and everybody went there that lived downtown. It was a nice club, but it wasn't anything extraordinary. It's not like you had to be rich to go there. It was just a good location. And I remember the health club had signed on Hanley Hazelton, I think it is. And when the members got uh, wind of it, they got pissed because they didn't want a bunch of druggies in their nice health club. It kind of fizzled out, and I don't know if the program's still going today, but it didn't seem very noticeable. I mean, they just looked like members. It's not like they wore a hat that said recovering drug addict, but people weren't too happy about it. Oh, good, just chilling. That's good. But even if you look at people like Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston and that boyfriend, that basketball center for LA that went with one of those Kardashian girls, I mean, they have a lot of resources available to them. And look at the rock singers and stuff like that. Seymour Hoffman, Prince, Tom Petty. I mean, there goes the argument for resources. They had everything you needed, and they still couldn't keep off it. So when you take that and you plug in just regular old Joe down on Michigan Avenue, it complicates it all the more. Well, I think that's probably too, Kathleen, because of the physiological part to it all. I mean, your body doesn't crave playing video games when you quit. Yeah, Janice, yeah, it's true. Yeah, congratulations, just chilling. I mean, it's such low odds, you know. It's nice to hear when somebody's doing well. Yeah, that's why I got on earlier because even me, I don't get anything done when I start a chat too late. Before you know it, I haven't got a thing done. I'm pissed. I still got to do a bunch of stuff before I go to bed, and I don't get to watch a little bit of Sports Center. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just try and get on a little earlier. Hey, MDS, how you doing? That's good. You can get on work and watch us. Oh, thanks, Sissy. Oh man, Sissy, how would you say it would help though? Because I don't think I'm presenting anything that you're not familiar with. What is it different about being on a chat? Is it because you're able to communicate with people, or how could you describe that? Yeah, that's the thing. But like I've told you before, I think a part of YouTube's success is creating controversy, and their algorithms and their computer programs have figured out that pitting one channel against another creates a lot of havoc, thus more subscribers, more digital advertising, blah, blah, blah. There's no other reason for it. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm not a big hockey fan. Yeah, you know, I do sleep actually. I sleep about 9 hours a night, but I don't go to bed till like 2 or 3 in the morning. And you'll notice in between 2 or 3 in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not on. That's why. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, pretty much, Sissy. Yep. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Clans. Yeah. I mean, the one thing everybody agrees on that is that it's difficult to get off of. 63. I'm 63. I'll be 64 in January. Yeah. No, thanks, Brandy. It's just a hobby, really. You know. Nah, they're not going to stop me. If they really wanted to make their channel popular, this is what I suggest they do. And this happens to me all the time. When I go downtown, people come up to me all the time. Hey, Tom, blah, 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 give me money, talk about the channel, whatever. Anybody that's out there making these YouTube videos about me, get a cheap airline flight, get a 30-day advance ticket. You can take a bus, a train, an airplane, or whatever. And I'll tell you where I'm going to be down there in Detroit. And you can come up to me and we'll discuss this on tape. We'll let the whole thing be videotaped. And you can ask me whatever questions you want or do whatever you think you're going to do. And it'll all be right out there for everybody to see. 3 shots. Huh. Same shoulder. Yeah. Was that cortisone, Kate? Kate, were those cortisone shots you had? Got? Yeah, Kate, there's a theory on cortisone that after 3 shots in the same spot, that it forms what's called a bulbous scar tissue. So I'd read up on that before I got any more. Sometimes you want to break the cycle of pain and inflammation. Now, I don't know too much about it, but I got a buddy of mine that does. It's a doctor. And sometimes that works. It just snaps that cycle. But to constantly use it for inflammation long term, it doesn't really have a great success rate. Have you tried other things, other modalities? Have you tried the old, I know, don't laugh, but Penetrex? Yeah, Druid, you're right. There's a consequence to them long term. Try the old Penetrex, Kate. It sounds nuts. Is it just your one shoulder then? Would you probably hurt that falling off a horse? I know it sounds nuts, but this Penetrex works. Don't believe what I tell you. Go on Amazon, and not that that's the gospel either. And then go on Google and search it, Penetrex. I'm telling you, man, it's a miracle salve. It really is. It really works. I use it. Yeah, it's true, Eric. Pain's so complicated. It really is. Yeah, it does hurt. It hurt anything in the foot. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Penetrex, Kate. If it doesn't work for you, I'll buy it off you. I give you a 100% guarantee. You can only get it at where else? Walmart, or you can get it on Amazon. And you're never going to really find discounted Penetrex. Once in a while, they'll offer a 5% off somewhere, but you can scroll up and down eBay and Amazon and everywhere else until you're blue in the face, and you're never going to get really much of a discount. But I don't care; it's worth every damn dime. Penetrex. Eva Cassidy. No, Frederick, it doesn't ring a bell. No. Kate, it'll really work. Kate, do you have a Walmart near you? Do you live near Walmart? There's got to be one. I mean, isn't there a Walmart down the road from everyone now? Well, planners, yeah, planners, fasciitis. That's cost some pro athletes their athletic career. Some people respond, some people don't. So congratulations. Yeah, I had people talk to me about a podcast. I got a guy in Atlanta that would sponsor me on a podcast that got a hold of me. But when I checked into it, I didn't really like it. It's more of a professional forum and it's sound engineers and all that bullshit. And I think if I signed up for something like that, it would just change things. I like spur of the moment, when I feel like talking, I talk, and when I don't, I don't. And besides, you have to have a studio. I mean, if you look at my content, who am I going to bring to an office? You know what I mean? It's probably nerve compression, Rachel. There's different ways around that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of chiropractic, but in instances like that, I would give one a try. If you look at like a schematic of the nerves, you'll find out on your arm and shoulder where that impingement is in your spinal column. You can look it up easily. You may have a trigger point. I mean, it's worth every single modality possible. And there's nothing worse than pain. Oh, Sissy, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. But I tell you guys, I'm telling you, I know it looks like I need money, but believe it or not, that I don't. I live like the simplest lifestyle in the world. The only thing I spend money on like recklessly is eating out. Oh, good, Mark. Yeah, sometimes it's that gate control theory of pain, and you break that cycle. Pain's complex. I mean, look at phantom pain. People get uh, arms and legs amputated, and they still feel like they had pain in it, even though the limb's longer there. A lot of it's between the ears, and I'm not saying in a negative way. They're dwelling on it. It's just the way the mind works. Yeah, minimalist. I mean, I had every toy in the world, and it's just boring. Yeah, Eric, hang in there. You can do it. Just hang in there. Just come on here. There's a lot of people that are doing the same thing you did. It's not easy. You started it and you're doing it, and you may not be where you plan on going, but you took the jump. So congratulations. Yeah, and I don't even eat like out crazy places, but I eat where I feel like it. It's not exactly fine dining. It's not like in that old Westchester County cake. I think if your mom saw me show up on her front door, she'd call 911. Yeah, I'll check that out. I'll do that. Yeah. It's hard to find a good place to eat at anymore. Up here, we get a bunch of places. They're all crappy. Like tonight, I just kind of ate some nuts. Not that I wouldn't like to go out and get something nice to eat. Maddie's doing fine. I just talked to a guy that talked to her. She's doing all right. I mean, fine as in as good as Maddie can do. Look, Maddie's a heroin addict that does crack, that lives in an abandoned home when it's cold out. I mean, I could never say that Maddie's doing well. What's tough down there is you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either you're working a lot and you're trying to pay your drug bill, or you're dope sick a lot because there's no customers. So you get hosed either way. I think it's. I only know a little bit about it. I haven't read it. I have a book on it, Gail. I think it's long term. I think it's long term. Now, I did read one page, but I don't want to misquote myself. I don't know. What size jacket do I wear? Extra large, I think, whatever size that is. I'm telling you, I have just tons of brand new coats, leather coats, cloth coats, new shirts, new pants. I got a whole closet full. I'm going to end up giving out my stuff this winter. Tons of it. Brand new leather jackets, never wore. But for some crazy reason, I like wearing like worn clothes. It's weird, I know. I think part of it is when you dress like I do, if you spill a coffee all over it, it's only going to make it better. I'm not going to worry about getting the stain out. I just think it adds character to my apparel. Kelly died, the young one, yeah. Heart ailment, unrelated to drug use. That's what her family said. Yeah, it's quite a long. I think it's going to be a good read. You can get those books so cheap off eBay. I'm telling you, eBay is the deal on books. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because if you look at that Red Light District or whatever that movie series was that came out like 6 years ago, there is a video of Kelly's daughter on there, and the daughter says that her mother, Kelly, got her into prostitution at 13. I haven't watched the video, other people have. So there you have it. Yeah, I don't like flannel too much for some reason. Yeah, so far, Misty, thank you. Yeah, I quit that Amazon Prime. You're ordering all this bullshit because they're dinging you once a year for stuff. So what? You get it tomorrow. Oh, costume. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's a video up of her, Kelly. Yeah, right. Send me a letter. I'll give it to Manny. I got a whole bunch of cards and letters for these women. Yeah, it bugs me sometimes. I mean, sometimes like I'll just have a thought to where it just like really hits home. Like I felt really bad when Angel died. And like the other day I was down there and I let Cricket use my phone and she was talking to her mother and I just saw her young little hands holding that phone and talking, and she just struck me as like a super young girl lost. And I felt the same way the trip before when I ran into Lacey again. Lacey's a sweet girl, great personality. And I talked to her, we chatted, and there she walked off into the darkness, fully planning on walking the streets till who knows when, doing heroin and crack, and looking for a place to put her head down every 3 or 4 days after coming down from a crack high. I mean, really thought to myself, gee, this is sick. I mean, it really is like, wow. You know? Yeah, she's not that young, you know? Did you watch that video, Catherine? Did you watch that? Made her prostitute for drugs, and yeah, well, that's not the video I've been told about. It's not quite that way. It's Tom Reed, R-E-E-D, P.O. Box 41, and that's West Branch, W-E-S-T, Branch, Michigan, 48661. I doubt it, Rachel. I doubt it. You know, this isn't like, a typical viewer that you get cold and you get a blanket and you curl up and you don't want to open a window or anything like that. These are people up 3, 4, and 5 days that just got done selling themselves, had sex with 40 different people, and their body's given out. They've been on crack. They haven't slept in 4 or 5 days. Blow up mattresses don't really fit what's going on down there. You know what I mean? Basically, sleeping for one of the working girls is a science project. It's when the human body fails to respond any longer because it lacks nutrition, calories, heat, medication, and every other damn thing, and just kind of lays still for 3 or 4 hours. I wouldn't really call it technically sleep. I'd like, you know how they do these sleep studies? Thanks, Eric. They do these sleep studies. You got sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, all this kind of stuff, a brain disorder. I'd like to get some of these women down there that you think would maybe like uh, a blow up mattress or something like that. And I'd like to do a sleep study on them because I bet it would just blow the neurologist's mind when he looked at the report that anybody would even consider even a little bit of this sleep. I think it's just laying still for 3 or 4 hours. I wouldn't consider it. I'll bet you money they don't get any REM sleep. Yeah, Mira, that's it. Yeah, it's nuts, and it's hard to discourage people from or being nice and thinking, well, who wants to lay on an old, damp, dirty, burned out house floor and sleep? I'll tell you who they do. And it's not that they really want to, it's just the way that it ends up happening. I could drive you down to Detroit right now. Hey, Arlene, and I can take you over and we can go wake. I bet it's probably 43, 44 down there. And I'll take you in a backyard, and Marguerite, is sleeping on a couch outside with a blanket pulled up over her head. Hey, Jay, how you doing? No, it's a younger Kelly, Mark. It's a younger Kelly. Yeah. 6 p.m., you lucky dog. Wow. Hey, Cable Trucking, how you doing? So it's not, you're assuming how you would feel sober in the environment of a drug addict, and it's apples and oranges. It's not the same. I got an idea. Someone like Kate, 34. She lives in a nice area. She's a horse trainer. She would die of a heart attack in that environment, just living out there one night. You know how women, a normal woman would like, if you were out of town, she'd be home and she'd hear a noise and she'd lock the door and she'd call the cops. Shit, man, it ain't happening down there, man. That's all they think of is fear. Yeah, Kay. Well, yeah, it's because of where you're from and what you're used to. And I'm not knocking you. Like I said, it's nice that people think that way, but your level of comfort doesn't compute down there. You'd probably like have some, you'd probably just pass out and never wake up after experience it for a short time. Yeah, I tried that gabapentin for sleep. It never really did much for me. No, I don't think you did, Jim. I don't think you did. Maybe one Saturday night, you know. Yeah, no, it's not the same. I mean, really, the things that you think they want is out in right field a lot. Yeah, yeah, I'm not really doing much. That's why for the longest time, you know, when people ask, well, what am I doing? Why am I there? Why are you doing these interviews? It was basically just to chronicle their life experience. I didn't go down there as any kind of phony, hokey savior of any kind. I joked all the time. I haven't said too much of it lately, but I never wanted to be the white guy with the Bible and the hot chocolate. Yeah, they say you're not supposed to read though before you go to sleep, not watch TV or be on a computer. Yeah, I have a problem sleeping. Yeah, I don't, you know, Kathleen, I don't know down there. I mean, I was at a soup kitchen here a few years ago down near the old Tiger Stadium, but I didn't see any women. Actually, it was all men. I don't know the answer to that. Big time, Rachel, huge. Yeah, big time. Yeah, Robin, oh yeah. Yeah, I think a good night's sleep is something they haven't had since they've been living down there. Yeah, volunteers. You know, when I was down there at that soup kitchen a few years ago, every middle class, successful suburban housewife, she wants to go down to Detroit on Thanksgiving and on Christmas and hand out turkey dinners. It's just the way it is. But it's all the other days that are the problem. Everybody wants to put on their Christmas hat and make sure some guy that has been a heroin addict for 35 years has turkey and dressing. I mean, it's just bizarre. Yeah, churches serve a lot of food down there. They sure do. I'll tell you, like it or not, the Catholic Church has done a lot for the poor and the homeless, and they have for years. They also did a lot for women's rights. Yeah, I could do that. I'll do that. Yep. Oh yeah, they're just lunatics. Yeah, you can't force anybody into rehab, Lisa. I'm learning that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Rachel. Yeah, it's crazy. You're nodding with heroin and then you're smoking crack to stay up. I mean, I don't want to seem like, you know, if I said, hey, you know what, I'm proud, you know, here I am telling you what what people think would be a nice thing to do down there and what really happens. But you know what? I'm going to go right down there Christmas and New Year's and I'm going to do the same thing you do. What am I supposed to do down there? Just start lighting off firecrackers and said, see, I told you what would happen if you did drugs. No, I want to do something that I know to be nice to them, whether it's a dinner out or go get them a pizza or a six pack of beer or a blanket or anything. I mean, you know, you're programmed to know the difference between good and bad and helping and not helping. And, you know, you're trying to do things that you assume as a person would be helpful. like warmth and food. Yeah. See, Jim saw Maddie yesterday. I mean, that's one of the the things that really get you thinking about that. I mean, you know, Maddie's down there. You know what she's doing for income. Here's one. This is the way that you'll think sometime if you're going down there a lot. Think about it this way: you're down there on Delray, and you know Maddie's working down there, right? Now, would you be happier if Maddie was busy or Maddie was slow? It's all bad. This is the kind of things that you think about. You know, would you be happy for Maddie to be very busy or very slow? And these are the kind of things that go through your mind while you're down there. It's like no good. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Wilma. I mean, it's just the reality of being down there, you know, and it's just a different criteria that makes the whole thing fly. It's like really bad. Slow and we gave her money. That's exactly the way I feel, Rachel. But boy, there's a bunch of people down there. If you went down there and there was a bunch of protesters or a bunch of kooks down there, and they said, you just gave $50 to a known heroin addict, shame on you. They're going to go out and ID. If you told OD, if you said to them, but you know what, those are going to be less cars that girl has to get in tonight, they'll want it to have your head over it. They'll want to take your head. That's why I've said before, I'm glad I don't have some degree in drug counseling or a master's degree in social work, because I don't have anything they can take away. Hey Terry, how you doing? Hey FRX, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's true, Kate. I mean, all as you can, to me, hope for is that if there's somebody that's willing to take the plunge, you can be there to facilitate the beginning of it all. But you know, I don't have the connections and wherewithal to handhold somebody through the whole thing, hold their hand through the whole thing. I wish I did. Okay, Marker, take care. Yeah, Elaine, you're right. That's exactly it, Elaine. Oh, thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're all adults. That's it, man. Yeah, adults. You can't do anything about it. Hey, Randy, how are you? Hey, Sheila, how's it going? That's the way I look at it, Kate. That's the way I look at it. And you know, there's the chance that you know I would say that it's a low chance. The guys that are down there that are soliciting with these women, I'm not saying the girls can't get killed, but by and large, it's just sex. It's not a serial killer. Not to say that never happens. I know they just caught one on the east side, but it was a different scenario. They could lose their lives getting in a car, but and even though it is dangerous, I don't think it's as dangerous as you think it is. They have a lot of regulars. And I'll tell you what a guy brought up to me that you're going to find very surprising. I never really comment on it because I don't put up with negative comments about these girls, like who would buy that, and is that all you got to do? This guy told me, I talked to him tonight on the phone. He's down there all the time. You'll find girls with sores all over their lips, haven't had showers and God knows how long. And they'll be busy as hell. And you know when they're going to be busy as hell, generally? The mornings. And you know who their clients are? It's the suit and tie guys. It's not the plumber and the roofer and the truck driver. It's the suit and tie guys. I've seen it a million times. And you would think to yourself, what is going on here? That's the way it is. These women don't have any problem finding customers for their services regardless of what they look like. It's nuts. It's just a mind blower. And these guys, the suit and tie guys, they're going back to their families at night, some of them. It's just nuts. Kate, there's an endless supply of customers and they're well dressed. Kate, I have seen guys pick up women with sores all over their mouths. And if I brought them out there to introduce them to you and you didn't know any better, you'd thank me for introducing you to such a good guy. I'm telling you, man, that's the way the world works. There's what you see and what you don't. Think about it. The one way they supply their habit is through heroin use, okay? And you have to have customers. Heroin is selling at a record rate down there, There's a big demand. Yeah, Elaine, I used to wonder about the guys because I used to be naive going down there, and I'd just think, well, who's hiring these women? Well, I'll tell you what, that's not a problem at all. You would be absolutely shocked. Yep. See, Rachel knows somebody. Jim, have you ever heard of this before? Have you ever heard of this? Does this surprise you? Hey, my boyfriend, how you doing? I'm gonna just by virtue of this guy's name is bye-bye. Yeah, I had a guy tell me before I knew much about this at all in Chicago about 15 years ago. He said when women first get on heroin and then they get addicted, there's nothing they won't do. And as eloquently and polite as a person could be, Calvin Murray stated it in his interview. Heroin's number one. Children are number two. Spouses are number three. And family are number four. But nothing takes the place of heroin. No way. I started interviewing the girls about 6 years ago, but I had talked to them before then, just never did interviews, No, Kathleen, no. They'll give them another, $20 to smack them on the side of the head or urinate on them or something weird, choke them. See, now Jim's been down around the area for years. Look at that. Rachel knows him on it. Yeah, it's not what you're thinking. Oh, I know, Kate. Yes, it's crazy. No problem at all with customers. None. It's so crazy. Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, like things that I think about. I told you about like Cricket's hands and Lacey walking into the darkness. It's just when I see a young woman who I would expect to see at the counter at JL Hudson's buying some makeup or a nice dress or getting a photograph taken in front of the fountain in Belle Isle. When I see a young girl like that hasn't really worn makeup in weeks, walking the streets, unbathed, it's just sickening. Yeah, as Jim knows, the sugar daddies are even worse. Like I've said to you guys all along, there's always some overweight white guy in his 60s that's sending these girls 400 or 500 a month. Maybe it's just to hold their hand on a peck in the cheek, and maybe it's to, paddle them with a ping pong paddle for 45 minutes straight until they pass out. It's weird shit going on down there is my point. Yeah, this isn't all traditional sex. It's weird. Yeah, that might be on the men. I don't really know. I mean, you'd think I know for a fact 2 instances where they had nice families and nice wives. And then the bombshell hits that the wife gets a sexually transmitted disease, and she knows that she's faithful. So, and the guy always acts surprised. It's so wild. You would even be surprised at the unprotected sex that goes on there. It's just nuts. No, yeah, Jim's right. I'm sure there's some guys that just down there looking for the minimum, you know. Oh, wow, Paul, sorry about that. All right, Gretchen, thank you. 4 a.m. Wow. Glad it's you and not me. Yeah, there you go, John. Yep, something like that. Just some strange stuff, you know. Your husband, Kimmy, used to be the what way exactly? He would frequent these kind of women, or he's changed, or what do you mean exactly? Oh, cervical cancer, yeah, yeah. A lot of sexual partners. Oh, okay, Paul. I did look at one of them one night. Cruise. You're on some cruise or someplace, I think. Yeah, weird shit. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Huh. Hey, Maddie's already got friends of hers from a nearby suburb where she's from. Maddie knows there's a lot of people that like to have her get out of there. No, I never saw that, Rachel. I never heard of that. No. I never saw that. No, never did. Is that the right answer that I didn't see it? Did I give you the right answer? Yeah, I mean, did a husband, is that lightning out there? Husband, kids, that kind of thing, suburban living. Yeah, where do you even see a movie like that? I bet, I bet Super Janelle knows. He'll know. Hey, man, I never even heard of this damn thing. Yeah, I want to come out there to Baltimore. I really do. She did cricket. She did have good people around her. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, cable, pretty good. Yeah, got a lot of interesting people in here. Oh, don't Google it. Oh, okay. Paul, you can just send things from time and time. I wouldn't, I've had a couple people want to do it monthly. I just tell them to take it case at a time. I'll be going down there all the time, so you can send a card or a box. Anybody that says anything, put their name on it in big bold letters, though, somewhere on the envelope or box. It keeps me from opening it and trying to figure it out. Not even mildly erotic, just sick. Yeah, I never heard of it. I mean, just based on what you guys have said about it, uh, I would not even. I wouldn't look at. Yeah, I guess it's lightning outside. It's Tom Tom Reed Reed, PO Box 41, and that's West Branch, 2 words, Michigan 48661. And like I said, put their name on the outside, and then I can just hand it to them. Oh, gross. Yeah, it wouldn't do anything for me. Yeah, lightning. Yeah, that's what it is, Mary. Yeah. Oh, okay, Elaine. Elaine, you had any luck with anti-inflammatories at all? Nothing specifically. I'm buying food and I got a lot of clothes and cards and everything. I got a lot to hand out already. Yeah, we didn't have that many good storms here this summer, you know. Hope, no, never did. No, I remember that name. Oh, good friends of Monica? Huh, I bet. Jim, are you on there? Super Janelle? You ever remember a girl named Hope that was friends with Monica? Does that ring a bell? Yeah, McAfee Security. Yeah, weird guy, man. Strange. Hey, Jacksabelle, what's going on? Oh, wow. So do you have rheumatoid arthritis, Elaine? Have you tried Humira or Enbrel? That a girl, Tweety. Oh, there you go. So Jim knew a Hope. So you might want to ask him about it. What's going on, Jacksabelle? 83 degrees trade winds. That'd be cool just being out there in some big old island, big old storm. I'm a male stripper, Paula. Male stripper. And when that gets slow, I'm a jiggle. I'm a gigolo. I just run into them on the streets, Jenna. Yeah, lightning. What? I can hear it now. Thunder. Oh, okay. Elaine, did you say that was rheumatoid arthritis? No, I don't think so, Jacksonville. Not since the last group, no. Hey, Joel, how you doing? How's it going? Hey, Lisa, how's it going? Yeah, people finder. That's probably a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, I got to do the carnations. I have that written down in my book. Was that you that you gave the $20 for the carnations? Yeah, I got to do that. Yep. Then another guy has $50 cash. I got it all written down. Oh, osteoarthritis. So sorry about that. Good night, Kate. Penetrex. I'll pay for it if it doesn't work. Guarantee it. If you got a Walmart near you, go out and get some now. You'll get a good night's sleep. Oh, wow, Julie. Stop at the Tim Hortons there in West Branch. I'll buy you a coffee. No, it wasn't Arlene. No, was not. Yeah, I haven't seen lightning like that in a long time. Although it's pitch dark out there, so it looks a lot worse than it really is, you know. Oh, there you go. There's a good one. I'm gonna go out and tie Daisy to a pole. Too late for coffee, Jacksonville. You know, Jacksonville. Now I may be wrong on this, but I think you look like Kate 34 a little bit. Mark, wouldn't you agree with that? That Jacksonville kind of looks like Kate 34. Yeah, I already got a ton of mail, Lane. But you know what? If I'm handing out, once I break it down to who gets what, there's not that many people, so it's not that bad once it's organized. Yeah, I love that light show. Really good. Oh, here we go. The goal. There's no goal. I mean, I'll help them out if they need it. I mean, you know, people send donations, makes them feel better. They like to tell their stories. I wouldn't really consider it a goal. I mean, if they got off the street and did well, it'd be great. But I'm not that naive. She's a lady that posts on here. If you scroll back a little bit, you'll see Kate 34. You remind me of her. Now I'm telling you, Jen, I never even considered that until people started telling me what they thought I was doing. They think that I'm giving these women a voice, but I never said that. They said it. It's just interesting to me. Oh, slight resemblance. Boy, it's really raining like hell now. Big time. No, it doesn't bother Daisy. Hey, 2076, how you doing? Daisy, you're not bothered by it, are you, huh? Nope. Unconditional regard. Yeah, no goals. Yeah, Debbie, well put. Yeah, it's better than I could ever phrase it. Kind of true. Yeah, Dookie, that's true, Dookie. Kind of is true. I'm a male stripper. I strip. Jenna, has anybody ever told you you're nosy? Yeah, lightning and raining like hell, big time. I'll turn my light on, see if you can see it. Daisy's right under my feet. I'll see if you can see it better. I doubt it though. Stay there, hon. You good girl. Can you see it better or not? No, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you okay. You don't mind that. You don't mind that rain out there, do you, Bobby? Yeah, Daisy doesn't mind it. Yeah, I'm calling you nosy, Jenna. Yeah, it's a consenting interview that they're willing to give an interview about. It's for them to decide, not you. What do you want to see a copy of my income tax next? My God. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? My God. She's always asking some question like that. Oh, thanks, Twin Boys. You know, these people, it's amazing the people on YouTube that demand an answer that fits their mantra. No, not you, Jacksonville, that other lady. I mean, Red Raider, do you blame me? No, I'm glad you like the videos, but you're asking me, what do I do for a living? What my goal is? Can't anybody just go out and interview someone because they're interested in it? What difference does it make to you where I get money from? It's none of your business. How much did you make last year? I mean, I just get the vibe. It's just another one of these kooks out there starting a hate channel. Hey, Crazy. My God, man. I mean, like I've got some ulterior motive. She's probably typing an email right now to that one kook that thinks I'm going around murdering girls. Jeez. She's just nosy and rude, no tact or etiquette. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, well, get lost, Jenna. You've asked some stupid, rude questions like this before, and I've bit my tongue and tried to be nice to you, but you just keep it up. So go back to the conspiracy channels that don't like me and tell them what you found out. Yeah, this is the kind of crap I put up with all the time. She's actually better than most of them that I get. Oh, heavy rain and thunderstorms? Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, but Cricket, if you say to me, hey, Tom, I like your videos, the girls are interesting. What made you do this? She just gets right into it. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you're not, Jenna. I'm glad you don't come to the lives. You've posted questions before, though. There's one person on here that's asking questions like you, and that's you. Nobody else. Does that ring any bells? Does that ring any bells at all? There's one person asking questions like yours. You. Yeah, she's just rude. This is what I deal with. She's going to go report back to one of the conspiracy theorists. Yeah, that's exactly it, Greg. Do what I feel like doing. Oh my God, man, you get sick of it. You know, like they're entitled to, you know? There's a way you can ask a question, you know, tactfully, which I don't mind answering, but not with some bitch like that. It's not worth it. Now she'll go and for the next year, you wonder where the thumbs down come from on my videos? It's people like her. Yeah, that's where they come from. Well, you sure act like that. I mean, I'm not the only one that feels this way, Jen. If you've got just like a question to ask, you may want to take a French finishing school online course. You just have a way of coming across as very nosy and bitchy. And I guarantee you that's not the first time you've heard that. Yeah, Drew. Oh, really, Kimmy? Hey, baby, you good. The rain not going to get you in here, brother. No way. You're a good girl. I don't think I misunderstood her at all. Yeah. Oh, thanks, June. What part of Michigan you in, June? You're a very sweet person. Yeah, that's for other people to say, not your own assessment. That's not worth it, Chad. It's not worth it, Dan. I don't care about it. All right, well then I apologize if you meant no harm. You just come across as very abrasive and abrupt and rude. I mean, I make mistakes. We can start over. That's fine. Yeah, Daisy's perfect. Yeah, it could be. I mean, you know, all it takes is some little strange thing like that, you know, some little crazy thing. I don't mind answering their questions, but yeah. Here, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example on how you came across to me. Oh, you were on that day, Kimmy? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to use Mark as the example and how you come across. Mark, what's your goal? What's your goal for being on this chat? What's your goal in this chat? Why are you on here? Why? Why? Mark, you're on here all the time. Where do you get your money from? Where's your income from? I mean, who can be on a chat all the time if they got a job? Do you have a job? If you don't, where do you get your money? Hello, Lizzie. Yeah, you get used to it after a while, Rachel, believe it or not. Hey, Pooh Bear, how you doing? Where you been lately? Pole dancer, do it. Oh, congratulations. Oh my God, man. I try and answer them. I really do. I haven't been able to do it lately, you know. She won't tell you. Oh, did you, Charm City? Had a girl, Crystal. Yeah, not really. I mean, I let him have it when I can. Now, who are you talking about, Kimmy? Oh yeah, she's crazy, Kimmy. Lunatic. Yeah, that's a good one, Mike. It's unbelievable how nosy people are, you know? Who said that, Kimmy? No, it's out the window, Gail. You're right. I hope this storm's not over already. Hey, Pooh Bear. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. How you doing? How's it going? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it. No, Druid, you're right. No, it's difficult. Pretty good. How you been doing? Yeah, I'm gonna do another video on Maddie if I can. You know, last time I was down there, I had a hell of a time finding Maddie. I mean, I was down there for like 4 days and 3 nights. I barely found her. She actually found me. I mean, these girls can't keep phone numbers, cell phones. It'd be nice if they did because I could just meet them. I spend a lot of time tracking them down. Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, I know the feeling. Believe me. All right, James. No, I don't, Tweety. Honestly, I think she could care less. Yeah, I will. I do. I interview Maddie every chance I can. Yeah, it sucks, man. Maddie's caught in a whirlwind of doom. Yeah, Nicole, I don't really think so. I mean, honestly, when you've been down there for a couple years, embarrassed is something that's in the past. Oh, Jacksonville. Yeah, I know carnations. I know it. You know, I was about halfway through and I remembered it last time. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it's stuff like that, Debbie, that really, tugs at your heartstrings. No makeup, perfume, hair done, nothing. You know, I'm not. Yeah, well, you know, note to self: pay your drug dealer what he's owed. If you do that, that won't happen again. It had nothing to do with Gerald, physically anyway. Yeah, it really came down for a while. I hope it's not gone already. Yeah, Phil, don't be talking about Maddie's Facebook. I don't want people getting turned on to working girls' Facebooks by this chat. I've already blocked a couple people for that. If Maddie wants her Facebook out there, she'll do it through a traditional way, not from people advertising it on here. No, he was not. Yeah, I don't know this guy, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, it happens all the time. Contacting people on their Facebook. You got to be a first class weirdo, if you ask me. You watch a video of a girl that's down on her luck, drug addicted, working, and you get a hold of her on her Facebook. That's about as low as it goes. I've got like three guys that, you know, feel so bad for Raven and want to help Raven. So I finally told all three of them, you know, I'm going to do a complete and full background investigation on you and whoever lives in your house before we're going to talk about Raven in any way at all. Game over. I mean, these people have got to be so stupid to think that I would facilitate any communication between a Raven and some freak living out in the East Coast. It ain't happening. I'm doing pretty good, Emily, hanging in there. Is it that high, Greg? Oh, thank you, Ron. Greg, is it really that high? Man, that is really sad. Yeah, Gail, I just don't think it's cool that people should be trying to hook up with these women through me. No, no way. Never happened. You just really learn about, you know, here you've got like a lot of good people involved in a chat, a lot of interaction, a lot of comments, thought provoking. You think of things. It's fun to see where other people are coming from. Then you got the poor women, drug addicted, working the streets. And then there's just another whole facet of this, these weirdo misfit screwball troublemakers. But you see it all on YouTube, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thankfully, can you imagine if I couldn't block these people or ban them? You know, just think if there was no block mechanism. It would just like totally ruin the chat. You know, it really would. Just a lot of nuts, man. Yeah, no, you're right, Twee. That's it. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be terrible? Yeah. Yeah, I think there's more good people than bad people. I would peg the bad people at about 20%. Yeah, no, you're right. They're just crazy. No, probably not. Yeah. I just never liked the whole idea of Facebook from the very beginning. I don't want to do Instagram, Facebook. You know, you always get these emails saying that to have a successful channel, you got to be have an Instagram and a Facebook. Fuck it. No way. I'm surprised I even signed up for YouTube. If it wasn't for the upload video part, I'd have never signed up for YouTube. Yeah, Druid, it's a terrible life. That's how I am, Gail. Same way. Yeah, it's true. Goodbye, Nicole. It is pretty cool how you can go on. Can you imagine like 50 years ago, you'd just be like stuck at home, no 24-hour stores, watching some dumbass show on TV? I mean, you got to admit that this YouTube and computer age is great. Yeah, that probably is that what they say, Greg? Oh, really? Verificational level of subscribers? What does that mean, Tweety? You were a little upset with the Kelly interview. What part? What part didn't you like, Kimmy? Yeah, Twitter too. I forgot about that one. You can get no. I'm already verified on YouTube. I'm already verified. You don't need 100,000 subscribers. You don't need that. I don't care what they offer. I'm not joining up that other bullshit. Okay. You have to be prominently known outside of YouTube. When did those rules come out? Who said that? And what happens if you're not? Yeah, check by your name. I think it says I'm verified, but that's just so you can upload longer videos. Oh, so I don't have that yet. Yeah, it is 2076, isn't it? I didn't have anything to drink last night, or I didn't have anything tonight either. Cable trucking said that's not true. 100,000. I mean, you got to be pretty lucky to get that. What part didn't you like about that, Kimmy? I know it made you upset, but what part made you upset? What didn't you like about it? I mean, it takes forever to get 100,000 subscribers. That a girl. Yeah, she was. That's just how she is. And, we had a little history there where I wasn't interviewing her for a while. That's why. Yeah, she is kind of rude. That's true, United the Clans. Yeah. Yeah, she probably was. She can go ahead and doubt me because I'm not going to interview her anymore. She could just, dream up someone exploiting her or making money off her between her ears. Good night, Debbie. She thinks that Kelly was rude. Still really raining hard. End of the year, but they dropped the new rules in the beginning of this month. Unverify accounts with millions of subs. Oh wow. Yeah, I was telling some guy I was talking to on the phone tonight. I don't 100% have confidence in them. I've seen some of the stuff they've done in the past. I mean, you like to have the feeling that you're doing things right, you understand the rules, and that wherever you're on a platform, they've got your back. They've known you've been on for a long time. They've watched your channel grow. But I don't ever really feel that way. I don't really feel that way. I always feel that like one comment or slip up and you're done. You wake up some morning and you go to log on, it's a black screen. I don't have confidence in them at all. I realize it could end any day for the dumbest reason in the world. Oh, really, Greg, huh? Huh. Yeah, but Patreon, is that a platform to upload videos? Is that what that is? Yeah, I never bought any subs. I wouldn't even know how to buy one. I know they took away a lot of fake views about 6 months ago. I had some of those, but I think it was because of bots. They caught some bots doing it, but I didn't have anything to do with it. So I'll have to check that out. Patreon. I thought Patreon was like merchandise or how people sent you money. Let me have it, Ashley. Let me have it. Yeah, I know about that, donating to your cause, but I was looking for another platform to upload videos. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pay a monthly fee. I don't want to do that. I have an account, but I opened it just for the girls. But as it turns out, I didn't need one.